you talked about the Keefe D situation.
Oh man, yes.
Keefe D's in jail right now, being charged as one of the conspirators in Pac's murder.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did the interview that sort of blew the story up.
You cracked the case, Vlad.
Yeah, in a way.
Now
he had already written a book.
Right.
And the interview was based on that book. But years later, he ends up getting arrested. And now this interview, along with some other interviews that he did and his book, are now, evidence in his case. What's your take on this whole situation?
Be careful what you say. Let me say this, Vlad. I've defended you plenty of time, and you might don't know this. A lot of people be, Vlad the police, Vlad the FBI, he asked all these police questions. First of all, Vlad doing his job, it's up to the person that Vlad is interviewing to answer the question. Always, you can check my channel. People tell you this. I tell all my people, other people, no. Don't be mad with Vlad. Be mad with the person who answering Vlad. I could come in and say, Vlad, I got away with this murder. Vlad killed. No, I know better because I know Vlad's name is in a lot of people's mouth where I'm from. You all up through these people's households. Y'all see you on Vlad? Yeah. Hi, thank you. I like it. Thank you. So it's not on Vlad. You asking the question that people want to know.
Right.
It's up to me to respond to it. So I don't hold. And to answer the question for Keefe D, I just felt bad for him because I was like, I know about Proffer hearings. I had it myself. I know what they do. Mm-hmm. My paperwork, if people want to know about my case, you could go on Pace and pull my stuff. I don't hide. From the first, that's another thing too, Vlad, that blew up. I didn't want to stop it. People was like, I say I got off from killing dead people, telling on dead people. I specifically told you about the Donald Trump, the motions and all that stuff, right? But I just let that go because I know how people like to do that. But anyway, back to Keefe D, I know when you get Proffer hearings, and down south we call them debriefing. When you sit with the federal government, the FBI agents or the TAFO, and you sit with that prosecutor, they're gonna write down all that stuff down. They write down. And they're gonna let you know, you can have immunity for this, but we do not cover violent murders. But now if you killed an informant or somebody that's part of the case, then you cooperate, then that's different. But just talking about that stuff don't have a statute of limitation.
Right. And
I was just like, man, I used to want to reach out to him, but certain people I just keep my distance because I don't know how a person feel about me because of, how all the stuff I got going on with me. So I distance myself from everybody. If you want to talk to me, deal with me, then I do. I don't throw myself on the one because I don't want nobody to get no backlash from me because I can handle me. I'm enjoying it, But I just want to talk to him, reach out to him, but then I just see him so comfortable telling him, I was like, man, and when I heard he got arrested, I was like, oh man, down goes Frazier. I wanted to get his number, send him a few dollars one day, man. That's how bad I felt for him.
I mean, why do you think that he wrote a book and then decided to do interviews?
Because he thought sitting down with that federal government, when he told that his nephew did it, he thought that he was covered. People don't realize federal and state is two different jurisdictions. I be hearing the goons all the time. Man, state charging the Fed. Well, it's two different jurisdictions. They could charge you with.
Well, I think, but all the stuff was state. I don't think he was ever federal. It's not federal now.
Oh, he's back in the state too?
Yeah, I mean Las Vegas police.
Okay.
It wasn't the feds that arrested him.
So what he talking about? He sat down and got a Proffer hearing because even when you get a debriefing or a Proffer hearing in the Fed, that don't cover the state. That's why I had to go to the state and talk to them.
Well, but here's the thing about Proffer agreements. It only protects you that day. Mm-hmm. If you decide to retell the story, you're not under that Proffer anymore.
Oh, so you're saying
it's not immunity,
right? Well, I know about that part, but what I'm saying is just so because I know when I sat down with my lawyer, it was like, okay, listen, whatever you telling us now, you're gonna be covered, but we don't cover violence. Like my plea agreement is on Pacer.
Yeah.
So they let me know in my plea agreement we do not protect you from violence, but like. Nobody can come back and say, oh, he sold us these drugs or you had these guns, you're going to be covered from that. But if you lie to us, in any event you lie to us, then the deal is off the table too.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. If he's caught lying, then the deal is off the table. But this is the thing. Like, he talked about the Tupac murder in that Proffer agreement, he was protected. But once he decided to retell the story, that could then be used as evidence. And I'm sure he knew that, but I don't know. From my point of view, I felt like, because the cop that, Greg Kading, the one who got the Proffer agreement out of him, he ended up taking the recordings after he retired and then ended up releasing them publicly. So suddenly,
Dirty dog.
Everybody knows, all the family and friends, and he's part of the Southside Crips. Everyone now knows that Keefe cooperated against his dead nephew, Orlando Anderson. Situation that you're familiar with as well, cooperating against dead friends over a murder. So from my point of view, I felt like it was an ego thing. Like, okay, let me get out there and tell my side of the story, because people are calling me a snitch and so forth. No, let me tell you that, in fact, I actually made sure other people didn't go to prison and this, that, and the third.
Vlad, let me get this straight, because I thought he had a drug case for the feds.
He had a PCP case.
For the feds, right?
No, I don't think it was for the
feds. He
never
was dealing with the feds?
I don't think he was ever dealing with the feds.
I was always under the impression he had federal situations too.
No, because Greg Kading was LAPD. He was part of the Biggie task force. But it was LAPD, Compton PD was part of it. There's a different police department people part of it. So what happened was they were investigating. They knew Keefe was part of it, so they started investigating him, and they figured out that he had a PCP operation. So they went to his house and they said, "Hey, we have all this evidence about your PCP operation," which at that time would have given him life in prison or like whatever, 25, 30 years, some huge amount because of all his priors. And they said, "Come in and talk to us. Tell us everything you know about this Tupac murder, and we'll make this PCP case go away."
But he didn't get no immunity. He just talked to him.
So he told them everything. It was a course of a couple of days.
That wasn't no deal.
And the PCP case went away.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing.
But that was the proffer.
Right, but that's what I'm about to say. The proffer, see, it's a difference when me and the agent just talking and like, look, we're going to just keep this between us. We're not going to bring it to the DA or the prosecutors.
Yeah.
I'm just taking all my notes down. Versus you got that, because I know the paper, I had some immunity paper that you signed off, you tell him the date, the time. Yeah. So you got so he didn't get that. So
he didn't get that.
But that goes to this here. I'm going to show you both sides. The ignorance, we don't know the law. But then this how they get us though. What that word they always say, ignorance is no excuse for the law.
Yeah.
In the courts. So they'll hit us with,
right.
Well, come on, man, y'all know I don't know the law, y'all. And that's like what Keefe D in his situation. Like, that's why I'm looking at it, like he may have thought, because he sat down with them agents, like, that's behind closed doors. It's like how we in here right now talking. Mm-hmm. But that don't mean the DA and the prosecutor who do their jobs won't charge me once they find out what I told you. I confide in you. So, like I said, I didn't know his whole story, because, I just come home with all this stuff hitting, so I'm trying to cover here. I'm all over the place. People attacking me over here. I got to answer that. So, a lot of stuff, I get caught up on when people send to my DM.